All right, Week 7 Waiver Wire Gems, Johnny B, UpsideDownDrafting.com. Thanks for joining us again. And what do we have this week for you? It's not a very exciting Week 7, I got to be honest with you. So what am I showing you? I'm showing you a fantasy footprint. In my eyes, everybody started with a very flat foot print or team, whether it's a core team you're dealing with in Dynasty or a redraft, let's say 15 rounds. I think everybody has a non-doctor recommended footprint. Nobody wants to be flat-footed. You need an arch. And this footprint here represents something with an arch. It's actually an ideal footprint in the medical world. It balances your team. That's what I'm talking about. So at this point, you're going to start tightening up, okay? You're going to start tightening up around Week 7. You've seen some waiver wire gems. You have some guys in your bench, but now it's start to count how many wide receivers you have, just like toes, okay? Your running backs are at the heel down here. So at this point, the middle of your squad is going to be some bench guys and some gem guys. Whether they pop now or whether they pop later, that's what we're working on. But I need you to establish this footprint and start tightening up your roster at this point. Every week, you're trying to get that much better, just a little bit better. A noticeable difference each week. Whether you are following my advice or not, I hope this starts to make sense because the footprint for the playoffs is now approaching. Like I said, Week 7 is not very exciting. Let's just talk quickly on who I recommended. And oh my gosh, who do we have here? Is that Coby Fleener? You know, I do this show for free. I give free advice. There's no subscriptions here. I just do it for the passion and out of my heart of hearts, trying to help guys like you that I have no idea who you are out there. You're listening to this show, and I thank you. I get a lot of fun out of this, and I'll tell you what, there's nothing better in this life than when you predict something and you call out and you say something's going to happen and it connects. There's a few guys on this board that I've done quite well. I showed you my blueprint on Upside Down Drafting 101 on who to get for running backs, but then when some of these other guys start to hit, it's a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what's even better. You know, this is the internet. You can say whatever you want. I'm out here having my opinion. Of course, I'm going to get some comments, emails, and whatever, but I just think it's so fun when a guy says, I have no ability to, take a look at talent or appraise talent. That was the funniest one I think I got all year because Coby Fleener was 6 for 74 and a tug. 7 targets. He's got 35 targets on the year. And there you go. I kind of laughed. I had a fun week. I have him in my other league, but kudos to the guy who put that post up there because that motivates me even more. And I've had a lot of fun. Cameron Meredith, another guy I got in my other league. We recommended him. We talked about some of these other guys, okay? Chris Thompson, another pretty good week. And as we move forward, again, it's that footprint. We're going to start to want to really hone in, and we're all about the playoffs. Doesn't matter about the regular season. So Week 7, what do I have? Not much. And I apologize this video is late, but James White, I'm not going to put a percentage. I think that goes without saying. You're going to need to get him. DeAndre Washington, that could easily go up north from 12%. Don Jackson, who the heck is he? Green Bay. You know, if they had pennies in Fabby dollars, I'd say put pennies on him. I wouldn't go crazy. I put 1%. Deepest of leagues here, folks, because the Green Bay Packers haven't made a trade in like a decade. I think it's less than that. It's like 6 years or 7 years or whatever. But when Green Bay does go make a trade, and they got a Thursday night game coming up tomorrow, couple guys that register to me beyond Niall Davis is, and I'll just scroll down, keep this guy's name in mind, Don Jackson from the practice squad moved up, okay? But here's the guy that I think is going to do some damage, and again, this video's late. I apologize, but Ty Montgomery, if he was available in your waiver last night as it cleared, I hope you got him. If he's still there, great, go get him, because I think they're actually going to blend the two guys in with Don Jackson. You know, he's the long shot, folks. Niall Davis still has some life. He's got tread on those tires, okay? We recommended Niall Davis last year. We talked about him, but then it was the Charkandrick West, who kind of spoiled my plans for Niall Davis. So we'll see what happens. But between Ty Montgomery and this guy, Don Jackson, who, again, unbridled, raw, we don't really have a lot to go off of. He's from Nevada. we'll see, But again, of the deepest leagues, why not throw some pennies on him and see what happens? Green Bay is in an interesting situation. So there you have it. Cole Beasley, I think, is another guy. I'll throw 15% on him with what's happening. Dak Prescott looking great. If you follow me on Twitter, I think the funniest thing with the running backs, I'm in a lot of leagues, guys, but one of the leagues I'm in, I have Zeke Elliott, and I paired him with Dak Prescott, and I was made fun of by several, either analysts, buddies, coworkers, whatever. And it's just awesome to see what Zeke's doing and Dak. So I like Cole Beasley there. And as the tight ends roll around, I picked up Vernon Davis right before, I think it was like 9:59, right before the West Coast game started. And, Vernon, I can't really trade him. I can't really do much with him, but I used him. I got some points out of him. So, it's too late. Again, this video's late, so there you go. Again, Week 7, I don't have much for you, folks. This is going to be a short video. Vernon Davis, tight end. Let's move on to the defense. I've been getting killed on defense. The Lions weren't great last week, but I'm going to say Jacksonville for Week 7. And there you have it. There's the defense going on strong. Back to that fantasy footprint. As I look at my squad here, Mike Evans would obviously be the big toe in that footprint. Okay, Stephon Diggs, another guy in there who's going to be coming on late, and I got Sammy Coates. So just as you start to examine your team, you're going to have to get a footprint that's going to work for you. It's going to have some upside. What I like to do is get a Mike Evans here, okay? I like to get a possession receiver here. I like to get here somebody like Tyler Lockett, somebody that's going to go deep, Sammy Coates, okay? I want the home run hitter. And then over here, I'd like a slot guy, okay? And then over here, I'd like a guy with upside right now. That could be a Ty Montgomery, somebody unorthodox like that. As you hone down, just try to use this illustration as something to where as you hone in on your footprint, this is a fantasy footprint. This is Johnny B's rendition of one. And again, this arch right here, that's what all healthy feet look like. And why are feet important? Why are toes important? Balanced. You want a balanced team before you head to the playoffs. You could be sitting on a 3-3 team. You could be, worse than that. But again, it's working the waiver wire, grabbing those gems, and establish some runners down here, okay? Still work the waiver wire, but get your core 3. I don't think you don't need a ton of running backs to start, but I think you need a few on your bench, and these are the guys Chris Thompson I've been mentioning. Some of these other guys we've been going down the list. So I hope that helps. And again, to the guy who thinks I'm a terrible analyst, to the guy who posted that comment, God bless you. I hope you're doing really well. I encourage you one day to try some pro tournaments like I'm in. I finished in the top 1% of the nation. I know what I'm doing. I understand talent. And Coby Fleener, buddy. Coby Fleener. There you go. Eat that one and have fun with that as he progresses, because he's just getting warmed up. And I had a lot of fun with that. So, yeah, I encourage you to try this stuff. It's not easy predicting, but I'll tell you what, there's no better feeling when an analyst hits. The best are about 65, 67% right. Am I one of those? No, I don't claim to be. But again, I'm offering this up for free. And what's interesting is there's so many other guys out there that pay for this type of information. And here I am, I'm telling you who to get. Have a decent track record. I have a lot of fun with this. And, yeah, man, step up. Start playing the $100 blackjack tables, and then you can start posting comments, because I'm sure playing the $1 and $2 blackjack tables must be a lot of fun. But, enough said there. Coby Fleener, Cameron Meredith. There you go. I'm Johnny B, UpsideDownDrafting.com. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all the comments, and we will check you guys out on Week 8. Thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye now.